Now, folks, there is a trap bet, folks. There is a trap bet this week. We saw it yesterday, and I was like, all right, I think that might be a little bit of a trap, and then I rested on it, and then I resaw the line that y'all bet it the wrong way, proving that it is a trap bet set up by Vegas. So, the bet to stay away from this week, or really to bet the opposite because, hey, they're showing you, hey, bet this when you should be betting this. So this is our bonus avoid the trap bet this week. And that trap game is Chiefs at Bengals, and the trap was Bengals +5. Now, y'all have been betting the Bengals +5, so it has come down to Bengals +4.5. Once again, y'all are falling for that trap set by Vegas, and we're going to go Chiefs -4.5 of our bonus pick of the week. Now, why we call this a trap bet is because optically Joe Burrow just threw 525 yards and looked real solid while doing so. They blew out the Ravens. Everyone's talking about Joe Burrow. We just talked about the story of the Chiefs defensive coordinator calling Joe Burrow a young Tom Brady can do it all. We've got the Ravens defensive coordinator after the game saying, well, let's pump the brakes on giving Joe Burrow a gold jacket. Joe Burrow's been Smurfy all week long. His press conferences, he's got that little smirk, his classic Joey B smirk. Every time, they're asking questions about the game and the 525-yard performance and all that, asking Joe Burrow's opinion on what the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, was saying after the game, and Joe Burrow saying, like, hey, it was an unnecessary comment, and getting his kind of, digs in throughout the media sessions out this week, folks. I mean, just look it up. Joe Burrow, he gets this little kind of smirk at the end. I'm not blaming him for the smirk. Hey, be smirky, be smurfy. I've got no problem with it, but this all plays into the overall optics of what Vegas is putting out there. Bengals +5. We did not even say that as the prediction, folks. We said it should have been Chiefs -1, Bengals +1. That's really what we thought it would, but giving such great value. Hey, look at this, Bengals at home, Bengals +5 points. Everybody is jumping on that, and I for a second thought that was great value. I was kind of ready to jump on that, but then I was thinking about Vegas, and we know Vegas isn't respectful like this, giving the Bengals +5 points. What are you, crazy? So I'm saying it's a trap bet. Joe Burrow being a little too smurfy out here. This Chiefs defense is not like the Ravens defense. And once again, we watched Joe Burrow's performance in our film study this Wednesday, folks, this week. And, it was a great performance. We're not going to take anything away from that performance. But once again, it was really everything wide open, that Ravens defense. I don't know what the hell they were doing. 2 jump balls to T. Higgins that he came down with. And, Joe Burrow put it decently on the money, but it was T. Higgins, going up and catching the ball, going up and high pointing the ball. All the other throws were really wide open because the Ravens defense wasn't that good. And I'm not taking anything away from the performance. If it's so easy to throw 525 yards, everybody would be doing it every single week, folks. So don't give me, Joe Burrow faced a trash team or anything like that. Well, the Chargers just faced the Texans and lost. So what are we talking about? It's any given Sunday. Every performance is a great performance if you throw 525 yards, regardless of who you're doing it against. So I'm not taking anything away from Joe Burrow's performance, but we have to get into the betting mindset, folks. Talking sports and a betting mindset are two totally different mindsets. We have our finger on the pulse here of the NFL and the NBA, and we're not betting 100%. And nobody does. It's so hard. It's so drastically different talking sports and then talking betting sports. It's totally different here, but I think we do a damn good job of getting both right, honestly. So, Chiefs -4.5 here, folks, I think is the better play. But taking the Bengals +5, +4.5, I think is a little bit of a trap bet. This Chiefs defense is way better than the Ravens, Ravens defense. And we have not seen this Bengals team be consistent. Didn't we just talk about it earlier this week on the show, folks? Let me get it up here. They go like 2 losses or 2 wins and then 2 losses and 2 wins and then 2 losses. Cincinnati, let me get this up here. Let me double check this. Almost positive, but I definitely, let's just double check the numbers. No reason not to double check here. I'm almost certain it was the Bengals that we were talking about it. So here we go. This is what they've been doing. I believe it's ever since week 6 here in the NFL. So here we go. Since week 6, win-win, loss-loss, win-win, loss-loss, win-win. 2 losses coming up. This is not a greatly consistent Bengals team. They show these great glimpses of offense and the great glimpses of defense, but then they still actively do lose some games, and the turnovers, rear their head and all that. So Chiefs defense, Chiefs being kind of big underdog or big favorites in this game. But with that performance of Joe Burrow, I think going with the number of Chiefs minus 4.5 and swallowing those points is the better play overall. We'll see if this Bengals team can be consistent for a 3rd week in a row and get a 3rd win in a row, breaking their trending cycle that we've been seeing. But at the end of the day, it's Chiefs, it's Andy Reid, it's Patrick Mahomes trying to lock up that number 1 seed in the AFC and all that. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 4.5. I believe the Bengals with the points this week is a trap bet, folks. Don't fall for the trap. Chiefs minus 4.5 is our trap avoiding bonus bet of the week. All right, so to recap all of our bets this week, all of our official picks, we've got Dolphins plus 3.5, Saints minus 6.5, Rams minus 4, Chiefs minus 4.5, Texans plus 12, Browns minus 3.5, and the Cardinals plus 6.5 points this week, folks. Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good.